Do you ever feel like life is moving too fast and you're just going through the motions? In today's video, I'm going to share with you 7 ways to live more intentionally so that you can create a life that is more aligned, meaningful, and full of purpose. If you are new, welcome. My name is Lorianne, and this channel talks a lot about living purposefully, intentionally. Much of it is from a Christian perspective, and we're just doing life together. So number 1, start your day with purpose. One of the most powerful shifts that you can make in your life is to start your morning with intention. Instead of diving into emails or whatever you are scrolling on take a moment to pause and consider how you want this day to unfold. One of the things that I do, and I've shared about this in another video, is I have my Bible beside me. Actually, since that video, I've been reading more my actual Bible. This is a New American Standard. I have a reading plan that I go through, and I have a journal. And before I even get out of bed, I read for about 15 minutes from my Bible, and then I journal for about 20-25. Years ago, I read the book. Well, I didn't finish it. I'll be honest, I didn't finish it. The Artist's Way, and it talked about morning pages, and which was just a continuous write for 3 pages. I did that for a little while. I just found 1 page was all I needed to do. And that's what I do in this journal is I write down my thoughts, my goals for the day, any to-do tasks, any to-do things, tasks, little tidbits of information that maybe happened the previous day, just bits of stuff. Sometimes it's a page, sometimes it is 3/4 or half a page. I don't make it that I have to write a page. But I like to write every day. If you're not going to disturb anybody, turn on a light, jot down your thoughts when you first wake up. You'd be surprised the ideas that you get first thing in the morning. So that's one reason why I started journaling in the first place. I used to have a notebook inside one of the drawers, and I had so many story ideas and all sorts of things that I would wake up right on my mind, and I wanted to get them out before I forgot about them. But right at the top of each page is usually 2 to 3, sometimes 4 things that are my goals or tasks for the day. And then I write about the previous day. One of the things I failed to mention is, for me, when I wake up, something that I try to say intentionally is from Psalm 100. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. That just reminds me that this is the Lord's day every day, and I am choosing to live it with joy. The thing about this morning routine for me is it's not about being productive. It's about reminding myself what matters most and choosing to move in that direction. Number 2 is to declutter or tidy your spaces. The space around you can affect your inner world. Cluttered rooms can create an extra noise in your brain and your head that just brings about even more stress than you probably already need to have. I follow a 15-minute rule. Every day I try to tidy up an area or even declutter it for 15 minutes. I don't feel guilty if I don't finish. I just work on that time. One of the hacks that I learned from flylady.com decades ago was to keep the sink clean. And so I make it a habit to tidy the sink, to clean the sink up before I go to bed. And that way, when I come in the morning, just having that sink clean makes me happy. Try making a weekly cleaning list and then divide it into either 6 days or 7 days of 15 minutes. I do find for myself that I usually spend on the weekends because I don't want to clean on a Sunday. I usually clean somewhere between half an hour to 40 minutes on the Saturday, but it still gets done. Your tidying, decluttering can be one drawer, one closet, one bathroom, one room, a quarter of a room, depending on the size. For example, Monday can be kitchen counters, Tuesday can be the living room, Wednesday can be a drawer or a cabinet, Thursday can be a bathroom, Friday can be your bedroom, Saturday, floors. If you're fine with Sundays, you could do the entryway, your desk, office area, or even a deck. Number 3 is practice mindful eating. We often eat on autopilot. I am completely guilty of this. I can be watching something while I'm eating and suddenly I look down and my bowl's empty and I'm thinking, where'd the food go? And I'm still hungry because I didn't take the time to notice flavors or textures or anything like that. And with that experience gone, it's like, why am I even eating? Food can be a chance to ground ourselves. Instead of having the noise, turn off all the distractions and just sit and eat. If you have family, sit and eat and talk while you're eating, as opposed to having the TV on and the eyes are going to the TV. Eating without distraction helps with your digestion because you're not wolfing it down. It is part of mindfulness where you are, again, being present in the moment, and you start listening to your body more because it's not distracted. You're eating, and if you're feeling, okay, I'm full now, you can wrap it up, put it in the fridge and eat it later or the next day or whatever it is. Whereas when you're not paying attention to what you're eating, you often overeat and you don't even realize it. When I was younger, I used to do intermittent fasting in the mornings, and I found that worked for me. I kept my weight off and everything, and I felt okay. But as I've gotten older, into my later 50s and now into my 60s, I need to eat because intermittent fasting is not working for me. I did some research, watched some videos, and did a webinar. And one of the things they encourage is for women over 50 to eat within 30 minutes of getting up. Now, I eat within 30 minutes of getting out of bed because I'm spending that first almost hour in bed. But I start with a salad, which is something I never used to do. And then I have eggs. And I find that ties me over until lunch because I'm getting my fiber and my roughage, and then I'm having my protein. And right now that's working for me. I find I don't have this happening, at least in the morning. I'm working on the afternoon. But mindful eating is important. Number 4 is to minimize digital activity. Technology is a powerful thing, and if we do not set limits, it can run our lives. Some people are quite successful in completely eliminating digital stuff. I'm not in that camp. I can minimize it, but yes, I have my moments where I fall off the wagon and I might scroll. But for the most part, I'm usually on Facebook once a week, and I'm there because I have family members who live in other areas of Canada, and I talk to them that way. I have students and parents of students from the past right now, especially with grad season. I go on and I look at their grad photos and I comment and say things, and I don't mind going on once a week. Instagram, I'm probably on once or twice a week, but it's not a daily because I made a choice to get off them. And that's sort of my compromise. I think if I said no more, close them all up, I'd be opening them up. I'd be reopening my account in a matter of months. But I've gone as long as about 3 or 4 weeks without opening up either one of them. The thing I open them up for is really family, or with Instagram, there are Christian accounts that I follow. There are some recipe accounts that I follow, some gardening and simple living type accounts that I follow, and I'm on there for those. The biggest thing that I've done is I've turned off notifications. I've just gone into my settings and I turn off all the sounds so I don't get beeping, especially when I'm home. My phone goes on a base charge and it charges, and I leave it there. And I'm not always in that room, so I often miss phone calls. I've often missed texts, and it has not really been that big of a problem. There is no rule that you have to respond to things immediately. Respond to them when you have time. Number 5 is to create a weekly ritual where you are just spending time in silence, maybe reflection. This is another 15-minute opportunity for you to just let the noise out and the calm in. You can use a journal, a planner, voice notes. This practice helps you stay true to what you want to do. Sometimes I just sit with a cup of tea, and other times I will write. It doesn't have to be the same every time, but it's just those little moments that just kind of bring things back to reality. And sometimes it's just talking with God, prayer, meditation. It's an opportunity to help me listen to my body and let it tell me what it needs right now. Number 6 is nurture meaningful relationships. Intentional living means choosing quality over quantity, especially when it comes to people. Make time for those who uplift you, that they actually bring life into your body. Make time for heartfelt conversations by shooting a quick text to somebody, or a phone call, or an email just saying, I'm thinking about you. Check in, go for a walk with a friend. And when you are with them, practice being present. Listen fully, laugh often, and really show that you value the person that you are with. And number 7, simplify your commitments. You do not have to do it all. No. In fact, if you try to do it all, it will actually pull you away from what matters. Review your commitments. Are you saying yes to something out of guilt or habit? What would it look like if you said no more often? Because by saying no, it gives you an opportunity to say yes to something that you really do want to do. Simplicity creates breathing room, and breathing room allows intention to flourish. Living intentionally is not about perfection. It's about awareness. It's about choosing again and again to live in alignment with what matters most to you. Which of these 7 ways speaks to you the most? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos in the area of intentional, purposeful living.